Hello everyone, I'm Dion from DionVideoProductions. Today we're going to be taking a look at what is, in my opinion, an absolute must-have titles and transitions pack for Final Cut Pro 10. Let's get started. First, a big thank you to Vicina, creator of this pack, for sponsoring this video. The FCPX titles and transitions pack we're going to be looking at today includes 600 titles, 300 transitions, and an extra 150 elements. What you're seeing now are examples of how I've used just a few of these elements from this pack. All the elements can be used for a wide variety of videos, from YouTube videos to vlogs, stories to professional productions. Additionally, each element can be customized to match your brand and style. To purchase this incredible value pack, be sure to click the links in the description. There I've listed two buying options. First, a link for a one-time purchase for the pack shown today, and second, a link for a subscription license that will get you access to millions of creative assets from graphics, video, web templates, stock photos, and music tracks from just $16.50 per month. In this video, I'm going to show you what's included within the pack and how to use and customize some of my favorite elements in a variety of videos. Let's get started. Once you've purchased the pack via the link in the description, you'll receive a download containing two folders. One FCP Transitions Collection and two FCP Titles Collection. Alongside this, there's also a README PDF which contains useful information on how to install the pack, fonts, and FAQs. I'll leave the steps for the installation process in the video description. Alright, so here we are in Final Cut Pro 10. You'll find your new titles under the titles menu up in the upper left hand corner, and the transitions will be shown on the bottom right hand corner. Now, just to give you a sense of what is included, I'm just going to quickly scroll, but as you can see, there's hundreds and hundreds of elements here, far too many for me to go through in this video one by one. So instead what I've done is chosen some of my favorites, and I'm going to be showing you how to customize and apply them to your own clips. So without further ado, let's take a look. In my timeline, what you'll see are the clips that you saw at the start of this video. I'm going to be showing you one by one how to install and customize these elements. So starting off with this lower thirds title in the start of the video. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is remove this from my timeline, and we're going to go into the titles menu and add this. In this case, we're going to search for title number 395, and we're going to click and drag this over the clip as you would with any other title. Now, if we play this back, you'll see it has some placeholder text, so you get a sense for how this will look. But of course, we're going to customize this further in Inspector. In here, you'll have all parameters to change the color, the text, add a logo, and you can also change fonts as well as move it around as you like. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and start by filling in my information, and you'll see that I have access to my full system fonts library, allowing me to use the fonts that I have associated with my brand. I've also changed the size and the position of the name slightly in order for it to perfectly align with the image that will appear on the left. Now on the second line here, I'm going to go ahead and put my company name, once again using a font that I use for my brand, in this case Arial Bold. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this a little bit too. Now over here we have a drop zone, and this will allow us to drop in any company or any logo or image that we like. So in this case, in my events, I have my company logo, and all I have to do is simply click and drag this over into the inspector window right above the little arrow, and you'll see that this is seamlessly incorporated into the title. As a final touch, I'm going to go ahead and change the border color. Let's change this to white in order to match the color of the text. Lastly, I'm also going to reposition this slightly, moving this slightly down and further to the left. Now if we play this back, you will see this looks great, and this was made in only a matter of seconds and completely customized to my brand. Up next, I have a few clips from a recent unboxing video that I made, which incorporates multiple titles and transitions. Starting off, we have a few on-screen arrows that show during a montage, as well as a transition that leads to the main video. This is followed by an on-screen element and finally a next video button. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is done. First off, we have the arrows title. In this case, we're going to remove this, open up the titles menu, and search for arrow. We're going to drag this over the clip just like before, and as you can see, the colors already match the video, in this case being white. This will also allow me to lengthen and shorten the transition as I see fit. As you can see, I want this to go right up until the next transition, which again sort of follows this arrow theme. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and in this case open the transition menu in the bottom right and search for the number 4. And let's go ahead and drag in the first result, and as you can see, this looks great but definitely needs some work. So in Inspector, I'm going to go ahead and change both color options from gradient to a plain color. In this case, we're going to change the first arrow to white and the second to lead, not only to match my brand but also the product shown. And as you can see, if we play this back, this is a great example of how you can incorporate the titles and the transitions to seamlessly match and create better effects for your videos. And this brings us to the on-screen element that shows right as the audible sound of the box being torn is heard. This is a very simple touch, but in my opinion adds a little bit of immersion and satisfaction to the video. We're going to go ahead and search for lines, and as you can see, there's quite a variety, and I'm going to go ahead and drag in this result. Now, as you can see, they are already white, so this will perfectly match the video, and I'll just go ahead and reposition slightly in order to match the packaging. As you can see, this looks great. And finally, I have a clip which teases an upcoming video, so this is a perfect opportunity to place a next video button. So we're going to go back into the titles menu, and in this case, search for next video. As you can see, this also looks great. I'm going to go ahead and extend this slightly and change the colors to match the previous elements. And as a final touch, I'm going to go ahead and reposition this slightly to the lower half of the screen. Looks great. Up next is a great way to show your social media profiles, in this case an Instagram profile. I'm going to start off by once again removing the element, and this time in the titles menu we'll search for IG profile. You'll see there's quite a variety showcasing different stats of your profile. In this case we're going to pick the first result. Once again we're going to go ahead and lengthen this slightly to match the length of the clip. You'll see placeholder text to show you how this will look, and as you can see in Inspector, we can not only change the text, but we can also change the colors if we wish as well. I'm going to leave them as is, as in this case they perfectly match what Instagram will actually show. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my name, change the size slightly, and also add in my link, which I'm going to make a little bit bigger. Now, just like before, we have a drop zone, which again is an area to place any image that we like. Going back to my event, I have my profile picture for my Instagram page, and we're just going to click and drag this over like before. Now in this case, this is going to need a little bit of changing, so we have the options here to scale this down and reposition as we see fit. And let's drag this off in the bottom right corner, and let's take a look and see how this looks. All of my information is there, and the motion effects are seamless. And this brings us to a title that is particularly useful if you upload YouTube videos, and that is an animated subscribe and bell icon title. In this case, we're going to go ahead and search for subscribe, and once again you'll see there's a variety. In this case I'm going to choose the second one, as this also includes the bell. So let's go ahead and drag this into the timeline, and let's go ahead and customize it slightly, so we can also, using this wheel on the viewer, we can go ahead and reposition it, and of course also change the scale. Perfect. In this example, I want to showcase some of the backgrounds. Now in this case, we have an example of a photo comparison shot between two cameras, and a really nice background that not only complements the image, but makes it more visually interesting with the moving elements. So let's go ahead and see how this is done. We're going to search for bubbles. We'll drag in the title. Now in this case, we're not dragging above the clip, instead as a new clip. Let me go ahead and bring back those images I had earlier, and let's go ahead and customize this to match those images. I'm going to go ahead and shorten this slightly to match the length of the other clips, and let's go ahead and take a look in Inspector. I'm not going to be changing the color, so I want to keep the background as a gradient. We're going to go from a dark to a very dark gradient. This is to let the photo shine and not be too distracting. Now these bubbles are a perfect opportunity to showcase the colors of the Christmas balls on the trees. Some would say it's too early to have a Christmas tree. I say in 2020 it's never too soon. So I'm going to go ahead and use the eyedropper tool to customize the colors I want to match the image of the tree. I'm going to go ahead and do this for all three, and as you can see, all elements will now not only look great, but they'll look almost like Christmas balls in the background as well. And this right here is an example of how to incorporate picture-in-picture. I use the element to showcase what the inside of this computer case looks like. I'm going to search for drop zone, and we're going to drag in the third result. Now first of all, we're going to go ahead and move this. So as you can see, we can move separately the image as well as the point to which it connects. We're going to match the point to the case, and we're going to go back into the events and bring in our image that we want to use. So over here I have a picture of the case open, and we'll go ahead and click and drag this into the familiar drop zone in the inspector. Now as before, we have the ability to modify the image, so in this case we're going to go ahead and zoom in and reposition this as we like. As you can see, this is a great way to incorporate picture-in-picture using these titles. And last but not least, I want to show you how I incorporated some of these transitions into my professional productions. Now in this case, we have a swimwear startup video that I shot, and as you can see, these transitions not only complement the movement of the camera, but actually add to it, making it more visually engaging, and also incorporate seamlessly with just plain cuts, not being over the top, but adding to the visual experience. As you can see, this pack contains such a range of elements, many of which you'll be seeing in my videos moving forwards. Thank you again to Vistina, and thank you for watching. Again, I will leave the links to this fantastic pack in the description below. Let me know if you have any questions, and be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this.